Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on A Sister's Trust. How are you feeling today? Well, I was listening to a wonderful message today, and I said I'm going to share that with you guys too, because I think sometimes we forget. We forget different things that's right underneath our nose. So today we're going to be talking about Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, where it talks about worrying. And so we're going to title this message, Why Do We Worry? Right? So I just want to think about, it's so much stuff going on with the elections and people worrying about, I've been hearing people stressed out about the future that hadn't even happened yet. With all that voting and rioting and it's so much stuff going on that what we kind of forget the basics what God has given us, and we kind of forget who's in control and who's in charge. I did vote, but I'm not into it. If my person loses, then I'm not really gonna lose no sleep about it because I believe in what God has given me, and so that's who I'm trying to produce or put my vote in is for God. He already told us we're gonna have chaos before we was born. It was already written that we're gonna have chaos after we was born. So to me, why worry about the fluff in the middle? Do your best and keep it moving, right? So there's so many other things that we're worrying about without all the extras that's on the outside of your life, right? So I just want to take us back to the scriptures. So we're going to read Matthew, like I said, chapter 6, verse 25. And it says, do not worry. That should be comforting right there. Just the fact that God told you to do not worry. That's like a command. Do not worry. Have we really even thought about what that means? Do you think that if it was not possible that he would have said it? Just take a moment and think about it. He said, do not worry. I don't think he'll set us up for something that he knew that we was gonna fail all of, through his word, like say, don't worry, then it's not possible to not worry. The word, just take a deep breath, meditate on it, and what did he say? I felt it in my heart like a little rest, little bit of silence. He said, do not worry, right? It says, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not soar or reap or store any in a barn, and yet the Heavenly Father feeds them. Okay. And you, excuse me, are you not much more valuable than they? He said, aren't you more valuable than the birds in the air? And he takes care of them. Do not worry. Okay. Um, Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to their life? Think about it. If you worry, can you add a single hour to your life from worrying? I know you could stress use up your time stressed out though, right? But you cannot put it back, right? It's the choices, decisions, okay? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Think about it. He says he developed everything. He made everything grow. They don't know how to sew. They don't know how to make clothing or make their design for them. God does it all. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that if that is how God clothes the grass in the fields, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you a little faith? Sometimes we forget that God is here for us and he's the one that's in control and he's the one that's going to take care of us. He says, you a little faith. So do not worry saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. It's telling us that he knows what we need. So do not worry. Do not worry about running off these things. I mean, think about it. Even in the midst of when you're having a hard time and you're able to look back, haven't you always came through if you really think about it? It's true. You're still here right now. But seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And you know that's right. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So it's telling us, do not worry. God has always taken care of us. We live, and we breathe every day. And even the times that we do feel like trouble, right? He has brought us through, and we always able to recollect and think back to what has happened. So let's get a little handle on it at the beginning. It started off, and again, it was Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. And it started off with saying the theme was do not worry. So what I want to suppose is that think about God. If it wasn't possible that we don't have to worry about every single thing, I don't think that he would have said it, right? So let's just take a deep breath in, blow it on out, let God be in control, and remember, do not worry. So thank you guys again for joining me on A Sister's Trust. Please, when you have a chance, subscribe to my channel by, giving me different topics we could talk about, or maybe tell me some things that you've been, studying or reading, and I could share it with other people. I want you to have a great rest of the day. And think about it. Even if you get into a moment where just like it seems like it's out of control, take a deep breath. And remember, God said you don't have to worry, right? Do not worry. He's going to take care of us, no matter seem how hard it is. Okay? Have a great day. Love you all. And until next time, thank you for joining me.